Hello and welcome back to the build of this Microaces Fokker D7. Last video I built the crutch, the skeleton of the fuselage, and that's now had time to set, and it's a very strong structure for what it is. I'm very impressed with that. And now what I need to do is to make the part that distinguishes it from the 3-channel version, and that is the mechanism for the ailerons. And it comes on this plywood sheet. This component is actually the engine mount and the electronics mount, but it's these parts here plus a couple of other parts, one on the 2mm strip and one on the plastic strip, that I need to make this. So the first thing is to cut this out, and it's been laser printed, so there should only be 1 or 2 points that need releasing. That's an encouraging sign. That's the first part. Here's the second. There we go. And this is obviously the crank mechanism that you can see here. There we go. That should release now. The quality of the laser cutting is really very good. And then the last part from the plywood, there are 3 stacks which you glue together to produce the column. There we have it. There we go. So the first thing to do is to glue these together, and I'm going to be using CA to do that, and I'm actually going to use this to help line them up. I'm using the applicator to supply the CA. There's 2 together, and I can rotate it to stop it gluing to that column. A bit too much there, I think, but never mind. There we have the column produced. That's the first part. Now these, I believe, slot together. There we go. And let's see. There that is. Needed it right angles, so I can do that, and then a zap of CA should do the job. Yep. And then we have a column on the top, and that's the aileron there. Now, there are a couple of other parts that I need to cut out. I'll just check that we've got them in view. Bear with me. Zoom out a little, and then we'll zoom in. So, this part is the part that lends a little bit of support in the mechanism, and let's just try a dry run. That pushes in, and Oh, that didn't sound good, did it? It's heavy-handed there. Let's glue that together. I was forcing it a little bit there and it didn't like it, so we'll pause that there while that sets and then we'll try again. I could actually make a piece from the scrap, to be honest. Well, I've made another piece. It's very simple. I've just cut it out of the surplus material around the edge of the 2mm sheet. Just pushed a little bit too hard. Now, I need a couple of washers, plastic washers from this sheet, and they are here and here. Now, the one that John uses on the video, he does more than, there are more than two on the sheet that he's got. There's some slight variation between different liveries, so that would account for that. Now I have to glue that column onto there, so we'll do that now. Drop a C here. That's the column produced. Now I need to find the little screw. Bear with me while I get that. Now I need to get a small screwdriver to do that job, so I'll just pause it while I get them. Okay, so I've found the screwdriver set I need. Micro screwdrivers. I've actually bought them specially for this little project. Only cost a few pounds from a well-known warehouse store. So I've put one of those plastic washers on the top, feed that through onto the tiller. I'll put one underneath. This is obviously to reduce the friction, and I'm going to screw the whole lot together. That's going in nicely. Now you want it tight enough so it moves, but it doesn't slop. There's too much slop there. Maybe a little bit more. Just push it until it gets I think that is just a little bit too tight, so I'm going to back it off a little bit. Happy with that. So there we go. I'll just grip it in these so we can see it. If I bring it up, hopefully put my hand behind, it'll focus. Come on. There you go. So that's the mechanism now made. And I hope you can see it's nice and free, but there's no slop in it. So that's now ready to glue in. And I've got a new packing piece, obviously, because I made a mess of the first one. So I'm going to apply glue. Just make sure you can still see that. There we go. I'm going to apply glue to one side. Move that out of the way so I'm not tempted to put super glue on and melt everything. I'm going to apply the UPO to the side here and glue this in place. because I only want it to actually stick on the furthest back side, and then this whole mechanism now needs to be glued in. So I'll apply some glue. Here. This 2mm piece of foam is really by way of a little packing to make this a rigid setup. Let's see if I can get it to go in now. Come on. And I think just about there. I'm going to apply a little bit of glue underneath. Quite happy with that. Let's ensure it's still moving around freely. That's it. Let's bring it up to the camera so you can see it, hopefully. Excuse me while I tap on it to get it to focus. There we go. So that's now the mechanism in place and free to move. Pleased with that. That's that job done, and that's the main difference between the building of the crutch for the 3-channel and for the 4-channel version. This obviously has to be incorporated in at this stage. Now, the thread that operates the ailerons is obviously going to be threaded through those 2 holes there, but I'm going to pre-stretch it as advised by John for 24 hours, and then in the next section, next video, we'll actually wrap the fuselage proper around and feed through, prep that and feed through the thread through here and through the structure, and that'll be the focus of the next video. There we go. I hope you've enjoyed watching that. Just a little short video on installing that mechanism. Gone out of focus there, haven't we? There we go. But there we go. If you've enjoyed it, give it a thumbs up. Keep watching, and I hope this tempts you actually to have a go at one of these superb Microaces kits. I haven't even finished this one. I'm not even a part of the way through, and I'm very impressed with them thus far. Thanks for watching now.